Microphone check 1 2. What is this? Shifting paradigms is what it is. This is B Michael. I'm your host here on KUAW Radio with Baba G, holding it down on the soundboard, always keeping it down and holding it up. Got a dope show today with a brother that I'm gonna bring on just shortly. But we're here at 4510 Linwood Boulevard at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, a pillar in the Kansas City community that's been just doing great things for the youth and for the community. And this new little, well, not new, it's actually getting established community radio. You definitely want to tune in to our website, KUAW.org. You can make donations there and just support this community effort. And, check us out and feel free to, comment, chime in. You got the Facebook page, the YouTube page, the Periscope page. You got all kinds of outlets we're getting into right now. We have a call-in number if you want to talk to our guest today. The number is 816-599-6893. And shifting paradigms, what we're about is stimulating critical thought in order to realistically redefine our narrative and positively reshape our reality through dialogue with self-determination. And today we got a guest, a brother I've known, seen him just come of age, man. And it's just powerful to see this brother. His name is Quarry, Mohammed. And I'm going to let him just, introduce himself, let our listeners know who he is, what he's doing. And we'll get into some couple other things after that.
My name is Quarry Mohammed. My name is Quarry Mohammed. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, born and raised. I practice African culture all my life. All my life I've been immersed in it. So I have both perspectives on things. I got the Christian perspective because I went to Catholic school.
Interesting.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I got the hood perspective because I grew up, I'm around the way. And then I have the African culture where, it's that mesh of cultures that really give me an understanding of who I am, who I'm not, where I am, and where I want to be.
No doubt, no doubt. So your mother is pretty much the creator of a musical troupe.
Yes.
And your role in that, you talk about that some more too.
My mom birthed Isoke Culture Art Center. It's a 501c3 program. It helps youth. So she's always worked in the Kansas City School District in the Link programs, in multiple different programs where she's critically helping youth. Cool. And whenever we do the program, we can always see that, we're helping the children. You can see a lot of the things that's going on with the children where, you asking them to do simple things and they just can't really grasp it because of the situation at home. The lack of this, the lack of that, the lack of books, the lack of education, the lack of whatever it may be. Support, really. And that's really all the babies need is just support, just for the, the elders and everybody just to stand behind them, stand firm and point them the way, and they'll do everything else. But she started Isoke Culture Art Center in, I want to say, like 1999. And we've been rolling ever since. So
what's your role in Isoke?
My role in Isoke is artistic director, artistic and musical director. So I work with the sound that we create. I work with just basically sound, different drums from the diaspora, whether it be the conga, whether it be the djembe, whether it be the bata, which are all sacred drums that was all stolen from us. And, we are the drums. So that's, that's my role in Isoke.
No doubt. And we'll get into that some more. But real quick, if you could dedicate this show to somebody, who would you dedicate it to? And what is something that they have left an impression on you with?
If I could dedicate this show to anybody, it'll be the Black family. It'll definitely be the Black family. Just how I see our people work and struggle and fight and claw and scratch every day to be righteous. Yeah. Like, we're naturally righteous people. So on that note, I have to, because we so down on ourselves. We so down on ourselves with everything that we do that we don't realize that we are a manifestation of the Creator. We are a reflection of the Creator. We are that we see to be closer to. You are that. Black man, Black woman, Black child, you are that. So, and that's the impression that's left on me. Just the grit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just that grit.
Our resilience.
Resilience. Yes. Yes. And that I don't want to say feisty, but that feistiness too, because a lot of time they try to dim that down, especially with our sisters. But you got to understand, she got the world on her back.
Yeah.
She got the world on her back, and she's
Yeah,
fighting
yeah,
through
yeah.
all these different attacks, be it the pharmaceutical attack, be it the sex trafficking, be it, and the same with the males, the same with the children. We're all fighting the same war and look different, but it's the same.
Right. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. And you brought something up that I want to delve into our first idea. We kind of talked about earlier, you know, the topics we want to get into. How important is culture, particularly to the quote unquote so-called black man in America? How important is it to have a cultural consciousness, and why?
Well, the first thing that culture does is culture precipitates your reality. So your culture expression, who you say you are, you are. You see, so if the rap songs are saying we thugs, we gangsters, we pimps, we this, that, and then that's what you are. You said it. I didn't say it. I didn't put that on you. You see what I'm just like with a lot of religions where they're saying that, you know, we cursed off the flip. There's nothing you can do to come up out of that. You are a cursed being no matter what I do. You know, and again, that's your culture, because you're always gonna carry that on your shoulder. You're always gonna carry that on your sleeve, and you're always going to project that into the world. So that's what culture does. It lets people know who you are, where you stand, what your beliefs are, what you will do, what you won't do. You see, so it sets the parameters on the mind. It sets the parameters.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So if we practicing other people's culture, then you know, which again, that's what we're doing. We're saying we're gangsters, and that's a Italian term. You see, that's an Italian. That's that. We saying we ghetto. That's a German term. That's not even who we really
Polish,
are. That's them. That's not even you. But again, you're propagating somebody else's culture. Then you don't know. And then now you're wondering why you have this situation. You wonder why you may be destitute, or you wonder why you may have poor relationships, or poor choices in men, poor choices in women, poor choices in friends, because your culture dictates that that's what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Your ideas, your values,
yes,
all that.
And they say everything is mental. That's the first law of
the Hermetic laws.
But even like not even like Hermetic law, like actual like
universal.
Yeah, like universal laws. The first law is the law of mentalism.
Right.
The first law is the law of mentalism. So once you get past that, you know, once you understand that, then you understand like, oh, I can't say certain things about myself. I have to say this about myself. Or too, like biology. Your biology would dictate your culture too. Okay. Because, you know, we need vast amounts of sunlight. So our culture dictates that we have to be outside, that we have to, you know, have fresh air, that we have to have these things in order to be us. So again, culture again tells you who you are. Just like the drum, all of the drums are circular because we're worshiping the sun, because we know we need the sun. It's not like we're doing this for fun, or it's like, no, we're calling on the spirit of Amen. You see, we're calling on the spirit of Ra to come and bless us, because that's what Ra does for us, and we know that. Okay. So, you see, so it's a marriage of reality and of like spirituality and
it's art and science.
Yes, it really is.
It's art and
science. It is.
Yeah.
It is artifacts. Yeah, because it's art because it's created, but it's a fact too. Like, this is real. Like, this is not anything that we're
artifacts.
Yes, artifacts. Yes.
That's rich.
Yes.
So with culture, and you mentioned, you know, you were steeped in this since childhood. How did you notice your upbringing and your behavior, your characteristics with your peers growing up? Like, were you steered away from some of the hood stuff that you was exposed to growing up, or was it something due to your cultural consciousness, or were you still somewhat, you know, in that loop of dealing with that?
I was still in that loop. Still in that loop because I didn't really know what I had. Again, the number one thing in American society is acceptance. We all want to be accepted. We don't want to, you know, like black people, we've been trying to get accepted
Assimilation.
We've been trying to get accepted for the past 400, 500 years in this country. So we've been dying for acceptance. Right. So when you get out there in the world and you realize that nobody else is playing djembe, nobody else can, you know, they see you doing that, they're like, get that out of here. So you want to put that in the closet, and then you want to bring the gangbanger out. You want to bring, or a semblance of
black, of course, with so many negative connotations that are related to us. And I found that very profound, because you used the chakra scale, you used a bunch of other things to really draw that out. Just expand on that real quick a little bit for me, and bring that back out, because I think that, you know, our associations with words, of course, word vibrations,
Right.
Mentalism, all that stuff is connected. Like, bring that back real quick for me, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, the first thing is that we have to realize is that we have the European and black people have two different spirits. You see, what we see when we see something is two completely different things. So let's say if we see a woman and she's beautiful, we say, "Oh, that's Sister Fly." Mm-hmm. We know what we mean because we're in the culture.
Right.
The European gonna say, "Well, she don't have wings." Mm-hmm. You see, he's gonna say she don't have wings. If somebody asks me, "Oh, is the Chiefs gonna win?" and I say, "Oh, you know what time it is." You see, I know, we know. Oh yeah, he betting on the Chiefs. He know, but the European gonna say, he gonna look at his watch. If I say, "You know what time?" Oh, it's 4:30. It's 6 o'clock. Whatever it is. Right. So again, it's just the expression, the culture expression, how we express ourselves, because that's truly who you are when you say these things. So when it comes to colors, again, the European, being that he hates colors, you see, that's a fact. He absolutely positively hate anything that don't look like him. You see, and he is devoid of. So when he sees all these different colors, he has a different connotation. He has a different ideogram when he sees black. You see, when we say black, we mean all encompassing, all powerful. You see everything coming from it, everything emanating from this source. When the European sees black, he sees dirty. Like, these is like actual definitions in the dictionary, where he's saying it means vile, it means disgusting, it means grotesque, soiled, ruined. Like evil. Evil. Like a smudge on a. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But then when you go to black people when you go into like literary and writing, you're writing with the black ink. You see, so it's authoritative. Black is also authoritative. You see, because when you go black nobility, yes, the knight in shining armor. You see what I'm saying? The black steed. Right. You see the black limousine, the black Met Gala, the black belt. You see, these are
that's what got me right there. When you said that, that's what got me.
Yeah. And again, black mean mastery. That you are the master. You are the official authority of this. Belt. Right. Yes, you are above all things. Then can't nobody come to you and say nothing for real. You are. It. Yeah. You see,
that's powerful. And it's culture.
It is. It's culture. Just like with green. Green means to the European sick, envious, jealous. Jealous.
My eyes are green.
Yeah. But with us, green means healing. When life. Life, and not just life, like abundance, like never ending. Like, you see what I'm saying? It don't matter what's happening. It's constant renewal. Yeah. You see, and that's what green means. You see, so it's a different perspective on everything that we have. If you're using European definitions to solidify and determine who you are, then you're always going to fail. Right. You're always going to fail.
That's powerful. We're here with Quarry, Mohammed. We're actually, the name of this show is called Sankofa Paradigmatic. So we're talking about just going back to our cultural consciousness. I did mention that in the beginning. And you're tuned in to Shifting Paradigms. And y'all got any questions for Quarry? Any comments? You can call 816-599-6893 here on KUAW. So let's take culture and go to another level with it in terms of religion. You had another live that I saw. It was funny, not funny. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
and that's how. And a lot of times, that's how I want it to be. I want it to be funny because then people can open up to it,
relax,
and receive it. Yeah.
And you were talking about the state of religion and the amount of churches on a mile stretch of Linwood Boulevard. Like, talk about that. Like, what's your perspective of that, and how is that affecting our community and our culture?
Well, first thing that we have to realize is that whenever we say a church is a mission. And they always have a mission. When you say such and such and such a missionary, see, the missionary is in there. So it is a military tactic. We're talking about warfare. We're not talking about spirituality at this point. We're not really talking about, being nice and we're talking about military power and combativeness. You see what I'm saying? So again, the churches, our community are riddled with churches. Like, just riddled, like just massive, cathedral type looming over the entire, I don't want to say economy, but the entire community, where, the entire community is living in squalor. You see what I'm saying? They're living in
just Poverty.
Pure, like it looked like people want to swear that this is that a third world country over here, but when I look outside, I see a third world country. When I'm sleeping in my bed and I hear pop 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 pop, that sounds like something from Kuwait. You know what I mean? This is a third world country, and we have to realize that it's the churches that are doing that. It's the churches that's stealing our money, that's stealing our wealth. Because again, if you want to stop somebody militarily, you have to defund them. You got to take their bread. You got to take whatever it is that they got, their will, disenfranchise them. And I'm not going to put the church out there, but I know a lot of churches that disenfranchise the women. Like a woman gets pregnant and now she can't come. She's shunned from the church. When you know that this sister needs help, you know that she's carrying the next seed of God, the next, Savior, the next Heru. You know that she's carrying it and you still shunning her. You're still putting her down. You're not really, helping her. You're not really saying, okay, well, this is what we need to do. This is what are y'all, where's the daddy at? Where's he at? Where you're shunning the family. And again, that's all military tactic.
Okay.
That's all military tactic. So again, when you ride up and down these streets and you see that, that's exactly what it is. It's military because again, when you look around at the surroundings, you see it looks like warfare. You see it looks ran through. You see trash everywhere. You see broken bottles. This is right outside the church. I'm like, why can't God come fix this problem? This is the house of the Lord. I see the house of the Lord on every corner. And we're living like this. That's because the church is a military base where they are seeking to destroy the black family. That's exactly what they're seeking to do, and they're succeeding because you see it out there. So it's not like I'm just, blowing this smoke out. It's like, no, look at your surrounding. Tell me when you walk down Linwood and you see all of the destitution, you see all the homelessness, you see all the drug addiction, you see all the, the prostitution, you see all that. And this is in the house of the Lord. Like, there's megalithic churches, not little, churches
little
that are,
storefronts.
No. These are megalithic churches where they're like towering over the entire community. Yeah. You see? Yeah. And that's exactly what and then it's built like a fort. I'm like, I've seen a slave fort before. I've been places, I've seen a slave fort. That's a slave fort.
Wow.
That's a slave fort. The way it's built, the way it's constructed, and again, we already know how crazy the church was back in the day with the stuff that they was doing, how they was torturing people, raping the women, doing all, burning women at the stake, enslaving people through the papal bull and what's his name, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella through Spain, which okaying world wars, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all the stuff that. So again, the church is really the power center, the epicenter of everything that goes on.
It does come back to that.
It comes back to that.
Empire of the city. If y'all don't know about the Empire of the City, look up the Empire of the City. It's a three ring circle that just connects the economic, military, political, and religious aspects of it. So continuing on this, man, religion and spirituality. What do you see as the difference between religion and spirituality? Is there a difference?
It's a difference between religion and spirituality. Spirituality, again, everything is spiritual. So that's what people, I'm spiritual. Okay, the demon is spiritual. The tree is spiritual. The cowrie shell on the dirt is spiritual. But what religion is a set of rules that you must abide by, which again, is culture. They're trying to make, again, they use different euphemistic phrases to confuse us. So religion is the deification of your culture. That's what religion is. You're deifying your culture. You're saying this is it. This is really, you see, like in ancient Egypt where they deified the woman, where they put her like, no, this is it. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what else that y'all see, where else it is that you're looking. But the power source is with the woman. Like, that's where, and we're going to deify her and we're going to put her on the throne. We're going to make her feel a specific way about herself and let her know that this is what we're doing and this is how we're doing it. So religion is just the deification of your culture. Your culture is the set of rules that you go by, and then the religion is you putting that up in the sky. You saying that the sky is the woman, or you saying that the tree represents the masculine energy, or that the snake, and that's all that is. But again, spirituality, everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. The food that you eat is spiritual. The water that you drink is spiritual. The people that you hang around is spiritual. So that's the way that you treat other people, the way you treat life, the way that's spiritual.
Right. What animates that?
Exactly.
Animation. Spiritist. That's powerful, man. That's powerful. So how have you incorporated that into your? I heard you're mentioning like the Kemetic teachings.
Mm-hmm.
Is that more the paradigm from which you come from?
It's really the paradigm we all kind of come from.
Okay.
It's really the paradigm that we don't realize that that's what we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what we're doing. Like again, when certain brothers wear certain clothes and certain hairstyles, and then I look up there on them walls, I'm like, we've never stopped doing that.
Right.
You know, we've never stopped
Right.
wearing locks. We've never stopped wearing the fro. We've never
Right.
stopped wearing the waves. We've never
Right.
stopped wearing the break. We've never stopped doing that.
That's
And
nice.
just because you don't understand or even say like that's me, you know, it's still you.
Mm-hmm.
It's still you.
Connects back.
Mm-hmm. So again, all of the world is influenced by the Nile Valley civilization. All of the world, all of the ancient knowledge comes from out of those pyramid texts. Comes from out of those pyramids, the Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure. Whenever the European goes to make a new invention, he's pulling up off the walls. He's pulling right because I see
helicopters. You see the rovers.
Yes,
you see all kinds of
yeah,
stuff
you
on
see
the walls.
everything. So I'm like, that's everything, and everything is everything.
Right.
And
right.
as it is in the
Right.
beginning, so shall it be in the end. So I'm like, I'm skipping over everything. I'm going to the source where I know, you know, this is what they were on. They were on a specific level where we can't even fathom how they did it. Like, man, how did they do that? How did you move these 10-ton blocks
Right.
700 miles up the river? Like, how did you
stack them?
and then stack them? Like, how did you?
Perfect.
You see, how did you even get them there?
Yeah.
Like, if you could tell me how you got them there,
Right. First.
yeah, first, then I can
How
then
you
we get
quarry them in perfect, like square
it's perfect symmetric,
cubes.
and then they're resonating on certain frequencies
That's it.
where it's like you can't even destroy them,
Right.
Or it'll throw the whole earth into.
And they were below the earth too.
Yeah.
As above, so below.
Yes, they tunnel down. It's equal. Yeah, so it's just
Mind blowing.
yeah, mind blowing.
Yeah. And the African genius, man. Let's wrap this first half up on that with the spirituality, the culture, and the contributions of African genius to society, to world history. Because that's something that, of course, you know, we've been challenged with to really understand our ancestral connection to world history and civilization. Like, how do you see that in light of where we are today? What is the African genius as relates to the contributions to civilization, and how can we start to reclaim that?
Well, first, again, like it's Sankofa, you got to walk it back slowly but surely. We have to retake America. We got to have to realize that, like, every piece of clothing that everybody's out here want, you picked that. That's your contribution to the world. That's your all the tobacco that everybody's out here smoking. Right. You picked that.
About sugar.
All the sugar, the coffee. You see, you did that. You did that, and they owe you for that. You see, so that's my mind frame, and that's what always keep me grounded. Like, nah, like, you know, other races of people try to claim stake in America. I'm like, nah, you standing on my back. You got on something that I picked.
Right.
You have on 100% cotton right now.
Right.
You see, and we know that the cotton industry completely changed
everything,
and that's just one.
Right, the cotton gin and the cotton.
And again, when you're talking about the mother of necessity, if I'm out there picking cotton and, you know, seeing my mama and my daddy then I'm gonna invent something to make it so my mama and my daddy's not getting beat. Right. I'm gonna invent something. So again, just with the cotton gin, with the cotton. You see, and that's the whole thing about being black. It's like we could just go to anything. You can go to anything and say that's mine and be 100% correct, and nobody in the world could say so. But we just been in a state here in America where we've been beat, where we've been demonized to the point where we beat and demonize ourselves. So it's kind of hard to tell, you know, this person who's been demonized their whole life that, you know, you kind of are the economics. You know, you are the economics. Yeah, you are the money. Like, you are the bag.
The currency.
You are the currency. That's you. You are a representation of that. And whenever those wealthy white men see that, they remember that. You know, that's what they see. They see $4 million sitting here. You know, they see $4 million sitting here that they like, how can I recoup that? How can I get that? Trump was saying that he wanted to reverse the Civil War. When he first came into office, he was like, we shouldn't have fought that war. He's like, we lost that. Now all these black people walking around and they free. You know, and we don't have anything to recoup from that. We don't have anything to recoup our losses from that. You see, so that's again, that right there, letting everybody know, as black people know, you are the currency. You are, money is only important when you spend it. And they say that we got $1 trillion spending,
Easy.
you know, but
Right.
it's only 44 million of us. So where did these trillions of dollars come from? Where these billions of dollars? What's that math equation to figure that out?
Right.
You know, and that's my thing that I always go back to in this particular society. It's like, yo, that cotton, that shirt, that whenever I hear somebody trying to talk, oh, it's slavery's over, and give me my shirt, give me my shirt, give me them drawers,
Right.
give me all that, give me the shoe. I want the toilet paper. Run it, because remember when Corona first hit, they was acting crazy about the toilet paper. Give me my toilet paper. That's mine too. That's a contribution that you see, and we're just talking about cotton. We're not even gonna talk about nothing else. We're not even gonna tell. We're just talking about cotton in the cotton industry and how, you know, all this priceless couture and stuff that's coming over from all these European, all these priceless blouses and all this, and the indigo to dye the shirts and do all it. Who did that? You see, who did that? So that's where, again, black people just have to go back to that point, to that part. Like, you know, somebody want to talk crazy. Is that a cotton shirt I see that you got on your back?
Right.
Give me that.
Right.
Run me back that. Right. You see?
Right.
And then that right there squash everything. You can't say nothing after that. No other race of people. Yeah, no other race of people can say, oh, we, you know, give us back our this, that, and the third, and you would have nothing. No other people can say that in the world. No other people can say that. Right. If you go to the other people and tell them to take back, if you go to the Mexican and tell him to take back what he gave, it'll be cocaine. Cocaine. It'll be the cocaine. If you go to the Chinaman and tell him to take back what, it'll be the opium and the poppy seed and all that he done brought. It wouldn't be nothing worth having. It wouldn't be nothing that, you know, elevates the people. It'll always be something that, you know,
degrades the consciousness.
Degrades the consciousness. So that's what black people do naturally. We raise the vibration. We raise the consciousness. We raise the frequency whenever we're in the building. That's just what we do.
You attributed that to melanin?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And being able to absorb that sunlight. Because that
pineal gland.
Yes, the pineal gland, all of them really. The pituitary, the pineal, the crown chakra, all that, the throat chakra, because again, it's all hormonal. And your hormones is based off of the sun, because you wake up and you rise with the sun. Everybody know what a man's body does when the sun rises. Right. Everybody knows. Everybody knows within those 28 days with the moon cycle what the woman's body's gonna do. Right. So it's tied. So your body is tied to specific cosmic energies and entities that are happening that, you know, we can't truly understand all the time, but it's happening. And it is a vibration, it is a signal, and it's very real. Right. And again, whenever you put your fingerprint on something, it just take off as black people. Right. The rap, jazz, rock and roll, you name it. As soon as that fingerprint hit that, it's like it elevates. It just turns into something else, and then it just draws people in, and everybody in love with it, want to be it, you know. But they don't want you necessarily, you see. But again, they want your cotton, though. Right. You see, they want your cotton, they want your slang, they want how you say the word, they want your walk, your talk, they want your phallus, damn near, you know, you know. But
it's all good, but not your experience.
Yeah, they don't want the experience. They don't want because again, it's the pressure of the sun that makes you, again, a diamond. Once you put that pressure on that piece of coal, that's when it turns into. So other people's biology can't even handle the pressure. Wow. They can't even handle the pressure of the sun, because the sun has, what is it, like 14 million pounds of pressure that, you know, that sunlight hits you with per square inch. Right. They can't handle that pressure. They fold. They, you know, cripple. Powerful. Yeah. Powerful. So again, they don't want that. They don't want that experience.
That's powerful. You're listening to Shifting Paradigms. I'm your host, B. Michael. We're here with Quarry Mohammed, the musical director of Asoke Cultural Arts Troupe. Is it a troupe?
Ensemble. Troupe
No
ensemble.
Doubt. No doubt. We were gonna take a brief break. We had our little studio director step aside for a moment. We take a brief break. We'll come back. We're going to finish this conversation. We got two other topics we're going to get into, but I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in so far. If you have any questions or comments, please call in 816-599-6893, and we will be back shortly.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear every day from noon till 2. Don't miss the Cheryl Underwood Show.
Where you at, baby?
Sure, I'm at my first alma mater, Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. CAU was the first HBCU in the southern United States. Shout out to our affiliate ATL Talks in Atlanta, Georgia, and everyone getting out there to vote for those 2 Senate seats. We love you.
That's what I'm talking.
You are listening to KUAW Radio, home of the all-new Jamal Bakes Show, and I'm Jamal Bakes, and thank you so very much for listening to the station bringing you talk, news, entertainment that you won't get anywhere else. KUAWN, of and about our community.
This is the last weekend before Christmas, and on Blues Time in the City, we're wrapping up our all Christmas blues and Southern Soul program.
Gene Bailey.
We have a very special guest that you will definitely enjoy, and we'll hear from some of the artists that sing the Christmas blues. Join me, Gene Bailey, for Blues Time in the City this weekend before Christmas, right here.
This is comedian Janelle Banks, and you are listening to KUAW, Kansas City.
KUAW listeners, this is Carl Boyd for Wave Your Grades, coming to you every Saturday from 1 until 2 p.m. right here on KUAW. This program features American students striving for excellence in honor of our troops and American veterans, encouraging American students. Please join us every.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We're back here, Shifting Paradigms. I'm B. Michael. We have Quarry, Mohammed. We're talking about Sankofa paradigmatics today. We just covered some topics of culture and religion, and Quarry was definitely, opening up the scrolls of his mind and sharing with us, the insights of what he has. Got some notifications. Let me turn my phone on vibrate. That's my baby texting me. But anyway, we're just going to pick this up, man, because I think what we're going to get into next is just going to continue this, of course, with this pandemic that's going on. We're not going to get into politics today because let's just focus on what we can do to control ourselves because, true wealth is health.
Facts.
Right? And I definitely be peeping you out about your health game, your fitness, your exercise, your calisthenics, your stretching, and your diet.
Yes.
How important is health to us, and what can we do to make sure that we are on our top A game when it comes to health consciousness?
Well, like you said, health is wealth. And, I know everybody watched the game, and everybody watched Patrick Mahomes go out. When Patrick Mahomes' health was at question, could he perform?
Negative.
Would they even let him on the field?
Negative.
So your health is your dollar. That's the dollar. That's gonna keep you up and moving. That's gonna keep the energy coming to you, and it's gonna keep your energy circulating. So health is important because that's the number one thing that they attack in this country as Black people. They attack our health, and in attacking our health, they've created institutions where they can feed off of that, like the hospital. The hospital is nothing but an institution institutionalized racism, where they can go in and they can feed on Black people, on the wealth of Black people, which again, your wealth or currency is always found, because I like to say currency is found in blood, currency is found in money and banks, and then currency is found in water. Okay, and electricity, which
it's
are all
conduit.
It's a conduit. So that's what your health is. That's what and that's what this whole nation is feeding off of. It's feeding off of the misery, the anguish, the torment, the fact that you got to go in there and worry. Oh, they said they're gonna cut off my foot. You see, that creates a whole industry where now Europeans can come and feed off of you.
Right.
You see, so that's really what it is. You're trying to keep people from feeding off of you. Just like even in the real world, when people see you sick, they'll take advantage of you. You know, not even the hospitals, not even, you know, regular people. Oh, he's sick. $100. You know, it don't matter what it is. Off top, you sick, $100. You see what I'm saying? So again, we have to realize that in this environment that we're in, the first thing that they did when they brought us to the slave plantation was to feed us the slave food, the slop, the worst parts of the animal. You know, not even like the chops and the cuts of meat. No, you're gonna eat the intestines. You're gonna eat the brain,
the ears, the feet,
the eyes and stuff.
Where
crazy
all the toxins
stuff.
come out the feet.
Yeah, where all the toxins lie, where all these toxins lie. So that's my number one thing, is to keep the medical institution off my back. I know that if I stay on my back, they off my back. You know, and that's all that you see me doing, is trying to reach a specific level of health where then I can come to the community and then I can teach people things. I can go amongst sick people and not become sick, because I've been treating my body like a temple this whole time. I've been cleaning it, I've been nourishing it, and then also with the teachings from ancient Egypt, that's what they were teaching us. They were teaching us to be vegans. Like, a lot of people don't realize that Osiris is green. He's green, but Osiris means perfect black. You see, but he's depicted green.
Asar.
You see, Asar. He's always depicted green. He's even Buddha, because Buddha is Osiris, and he's depicted green. He's always, you know, the green Buddha. That's the one that's really, you know, that's really rooted, right? And again, the green is also the color of the heart chakra.
Right.
You see, and the number one killer of black people is
heart disease.
That's the number one killer of us. So everybody's worried about all these the pandemic and worried about this, that, and you need to be worried about your heart health.
So I'm noticing that you're really pushing what's that, CMOS?
Yes.
Right now, and I do need to holler at you about that.
I got you.
No doubt. But that deals with the alkalinity of the body, correct?
Correct.
And so, talk about the difference between being alkaline and acidic and what that does to the body.
Okay. So, for one thing is that we have to understand that when they use those words and phrases, again, those are just euphemistic phrases that they just throw out there to confuse you, because everybody thinks that acid is bad, but DNA is, what is it called? The ribonucleic acid. So you're acid. You have necessary. Yeah. Just like you also have an alkalinity. Yeah. You also have so you want to be balanced on the alkaline scale. The pH balance runs from 1 to 14.
Right.
And the perfect perfect balance would be 7.365. 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing that we have to do with our bodies, is realize that our bodies want to be balanced. They don't necessarily want to be, everything wants to be balanced. It doesn't necessarily want to be acidic. It don't want to be
too alkaline.
Yeah, because then that's when you start having
digestive problems.
Yeah, digestive issues where you can't even hold the food in. You watery when you're coming out. Or if you're too acidic, that's when, you know, it's not coming out at all. You see, so you want to be right in the middle. You want to be dead smack in the middle of that chart, 7.365. That's the perfect alkaline. That's the perfect
powerful
pH balance.
Yeah. And health is so vital, man, because it's all vibration. You know, and going back to the foods, one thing that I know that they were doing was lowering our vibration. Right. So the more unclean foods we eat, and the more toxic that food is, the more impact it has on our dis-ease. Right. And so we're killing ourselves a lot.
Facts.
You know, and that's something that we got to definitely reverse our perspectives and our consciousness of, and getting to understand the significance of health, because, you know, we live to eat.
That's facts.
We don't eat to live.
We don't eat to live hardly at all. And again, that goes back to the different herbs that we can take, and again, the different meats that we eat over here in this country. And again, a lot of black people,
and the quality of the meat, more importantly.
Yes, the quality of it.
Right.
And a lot of people don't realize that when they go and the first thing they do when they process that meat is they pump it full of sodium nitrate. That's the first thing they hit it with. You see, and we know what nitrates do. Nitrates, when you mix nitrogen with water, and your body is 90% water, you get ammonia. So you creating a situation where your whole body is ammonia. Like, every time you put it in your body, you turn to ammonia.
Right.
You turn, and ammonia is a 14 on the pH scale. See, so it's not even like
No
people
balance.
think, people don't think it. A lot of people think it's the opposite way. Like, oh, it has a lower acidity. It's like a no. It's higher. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But again, and that's what you smell when you go into the bathroom too. Is all those nitrates.
Wow.
You smell it, and then what the sodium does is it doesn't allow your body to process water properly. You see, so
Sodium?
that's sodium. So that's what you see when a lot of people like die, and then you go to the funeral and you come back, you're like, man, they bloated, they didn't blew. That's the sodium. That's the salt. That's the high levels of salt, and just like the high blood pressure.
Not the good salt though.
No, not the good. No, not the good salt. Which you do have different salts. That
Talk
need.
about that right quick, because I think that's important. Table salt, sea salt, Himalayan salt. Like, what's the difference between those types of things?
The mineral content.
Crucial.
The mineral content, and
Yes,
again,
sir.
the pigment. Like I said, the white man hate colors. He absolutely hates. So if he sees salt with pink in it, he gonna try to figure how to take that mineral out. When he see the salt with the black, because they have black and brown salt too. When they see
dirty salt,
he don't want nothing to do with it. You see, he don't want nothing to do with nothing that got no color in it. So he's going in the laboratory and he's processing these salt and creating his own salt molecules. You see, the granulated white salt, that's something
refined.
That's
and
something
bleached.
Exactly. That's something that he created. You see, so again, it's a lack of nutrients. It's a lack of minerals. And so what people got to realize is that when you get that meat and it's already pumped full of sodium, the first thing that they do is salt it again. That's the first thing you do, because ain't nobody about to eat
Not
no
for
meat.
preservation, though.
No, not for again. The salt that they're putting in it is so that meat preserves itself.
Right.
So then
That's
when
business.
so then when you go in to eat it, what do you think that salt is going to preserve itself? Your body's not going to be able to break that
it
down.
down.
It's
Right.
not going to, it already can't break it down because it's foreign DNA. Your body's like, what is this? Like, okay, I'm a black woman. You see, I have this type of hormones. What are these cow hormones doing in my body?
So that includes the milk and everything.
That includes the milk. The milk is worse than the meat.
Come on now.
A lot of people don't know that part, that the milk is much worse because, again, when a baby is first born, the intestinal tract isn't developed. The brain isn't fully developed. The heart, the lungs is not fully developed. So the mother has to give the intelligence to the baby's cells to tell the baby, finish growing like this. This is how you grow. You got 2 legs, you got 2 arms, you got this, that, and the third. Your heart supposed to be this size. Yes, which is vitamin D.
Yeah.
Which is the vitamin D, which is the sunlight. So when you see
that's powerful.
set with the sun, you see it's saying, and then she got the baby there. That's saying that is her divine responsibility. She's divine in
Nourishing.
that, in the nourishment via the sun. She's taking in the sun and she's using that information and turning that into milk, into colostrum fluid, to make the baby's brain go bigger and stronger. You see what I'm saying? So when you put that cheese in your body from a young age or period, you're telling your body grow like a cow. You telling your body grow 750 pounds. Like, just do it. Grow like a cow. You see? And then the women start getting their hormones unbalanced, and what start happening? They start growing hair. You see? And then the men start getting unbalanced, and what happened with them? They stop growing hair. See?
And
so
they get breasts even
see,
too.
and they do get the breast, get the belly, the pregnant woman belly, all that. You see? So
imbalance.
Imbalance. And that's the whole thing that we have to push, is getting back in balance. That's all you balance.
That's
balance.
everything.
Everything.
Which leads us to our last topic. Relationships, right? The black man and the black woman, the black family who you dedicated the show to, our resilience, our feistiness and our fire, for life. Like, how would you assess the state of the black family, particularly in America today, and what can we do to improve upon that lot?
Well, the first thing that we can do to improve upon is realize our position. A lot of times we overplaying our we overplaying our position. The man
I'm not
trying
laughing.
to be
It's
the woman.
funny. That's something I'm talking about right now
For
with my lady. Is
For
that
real.
the position is everything?
Yes. Like what I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to do, and in doing what I'm supposed to do, I get purpose from that. You see, if I'm doing what you're supposed to, if I'm trying to I can only be a guest on the show. I can't be the guest and the host and like, are you the guest or are you the host? Like, what are you see? And it's with the child too, because the child is not giving. So a lot of the time the child think that they the parent.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? They stepping on toes and don't realize like, no, you have to be shown who you are. You have to be, and again, the parents are too busy trying to be the children, trying to be young still trying to like, bro, you're 35, you're 34, whatever you like, you're not 15. You can't be out here acting like them. You can't be out here doing with the same with the women. Like you have to mature at some time. You have to pull this clown hair off, these different colors off your head and be a woman. You're gonna have to, the same with the men. You're gonna have to, stop trying to lay with other men and be a man. You're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to, and again, it's just about playing position. Offset, Osiris and Heru, they all have their position. They all, you see, Osiris is the falling sun. Horus is the rising sun. You see, Offset is the nourisher and the great mother. You see, if we can't flip that around, we can't. And again, we're out here telling our children that they can be anything. And that's one thing that I have to check my son on. Like, no, you can't be anything.
Not anything.
You can't be anything. That's like when what's the king Seti, when he was showing his son, the king's list. Like, behold, my son, look at who you are. This is who you are. You're a king. You're nothing else. You can't be whatever you want to be. You are a king. You are this.
Wow.
You see, and that's where we are. We're missing again. We're telling the same thing that Europeans tell that you can be anything. You can do anything. No, you can't.
Right. You can be who you want to be.
No, you can't.
Nah.
You can't. There's a
biologically, you can't. Physiologically, you can't. You can't do everything.
I don't care how much snipping they do and tucking and doing all that. You still got a Y chromosome. You see, you still carrying the black man's Y chromosome. Black woman, you still have a double X chromosome. So all the pills that you're taking and doing, that's not gonna change them chromosomes. You see, when I pull your blood, it's still gonna say that you're a man. It's still gonna say that you're a woman. So that's what you have to be. It's not for you.
And that's where the dissonance comes from in society, and the confusion and the duality that just keeps us confused.
Facts. And even because I went to go see the King Tut exhibit. And I saw something, I'm there recording everything, taking pictures of everything. And I saw something that was real interesting, that even in death, he still was the king. Like in the next life, like after he died and transcended and, he was the exact same person sitting on the throne and nothing had changed. He was just in the realm of the dead. So again, with people, I'm going to turn into a butterfly. No, that's not for you. You're in the next life. You're going to be you again, bro. You're gonna be you again. You see, and that's why we say those things too. You look just like such and such. Your uncle, this and that. You look just like. And I'm looking back at pictures, I'm like, I look just like this man. Like, this is me. Like, this is a spitting image of me. Like, this is. So again, you can't be whoever you want to be. You can't freestyle out here. We got a lot of black people freestyling with the free thinking thing, with the earth is flat and just just going off the wall with stuff. I'm like, okay, and you look crazy out here because again, you believe that you can do and say anything.
Right. So culturally, the paradigm for relationship in African society. Like, how significant is the family in that construct, and what role did the family play that you may be aware of that contributed to the overall wellness and functionality of that society?
Well, what we have to realize is that it was the black family that financed Garvey. That when he bought them ships and he made content, it was the black family that financed Garvey. It was the black family that financed Carmichael. It was the black family. It was all black. It was, so again, with us in our culture, again, your culture is you deifying, and again, so you're spending your money too. So with all these people out here that just spent their money on the white Santa Claus, you see, who is a pedophile deity. I always have to say that.
And a child eater.
Yes, he is a child, because you're sitting your baby on the lap. In the hood, my mama told me don't never go by no man's lap, like ever. Like, you don't even stand by him. You see, but now for some reason we dropped the veil, and we, the hood mentality, which has been saving us this whole time. Don't sit on no man's lap. Don't everybody mama taught them that. I know my mama did. Going on over here. But again, we're spending our money on this stuff, and we don't understand what we're propagating. We don't understand what we're financing, that we are financing sex trafficking. that we are financing. Like, that's what you're financing, because when you set the baby on the lap, that's what that is. That sound like what's her name, Cardi B. You know, blank them, then I get some money. You know, you want something, you want a gift, sit on Santa Claus lap, tell him what you want. You see,
give come him to daddy.
Yeah, come to that. So again, that dynamic, that cultural dynamic, that's our culture. That's our culture here in America. The white daddy, the white savior complex, where we are putting all our money, putting all our faith, putting all our resources and time into, you know, our destruction, and it's inevitable.
Financing our own demise.
Financing. So again, we have to get back to financing us. You see, and I'll do drum. You know, people come ask me to drum at their wedding, come ask me to, you know, to play, and then I tell them, see, for them little drums. You see, you don't have no appreciation for the culture. But when Santa Claus come around, you got $1,500.
You going all out.
You see, you got $1,500 on this. You got $2,500 on this. They say the average American spend like $1,200 on Christmas.
And broke.
And then committing suicide the month after. You know, in January and February, that's where the most suicides happen. You see, so again, we're financing our oppression with these different religions that we're practicing.
When the sun is at its lowest.
When the sun is in the what do they call it? The fall. You see, the fall equinox, where the sun falls.
Right.
And then the realm of the dead.
Yep.
That's when the realm of the
darkness.
Dead. Facts.
No light.
The realm of the dead comes. And that's where, again, all of the gluttony happens. Y'all eating as much as you can. Drunken buffoonery, and they celebrate
orgiastic behavior.
What's his name? Bacchus.
Bacchanalius.
The Bacchanalia.
The Saturnalia.
Saturnalia.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Where they're celebrating that. I'm like, that's what you celebrating.
Right.
That's what you're because you see the little boys that they got sitting on the lap. You see, and everybody's drinking, and then they talk about the New Year's Eve baby. You know, which I'm like, okay, you know, this is what they're saying. I'm not really filling in voids. I'm just saying that this is what they're saying.
This is historical documentation,
and it's always been documented. And again, that's why the Puritans didn't want to deal with
America. It was illegal in America for years.
Yes. Well, they didn't want any, like, they was like Christmas. They was like, no, we good on that.
We're not dealing with that.
We're not dealing with that at all, because we already know what that is. And now they dressed it up, dumbed it down a little bit, commercialized it. A lot of black people don't realize that what's his name? Black Pete, is it Pete the Moore?
Schwarzer Pete.
That he's Santa Claus helper.
Right.
And they over in
the Netherlands.
They do the blackface.
Yep.
Where they put the blackface on and dress up like the enslaved Moor.
Right.
A lot of black people don't know that that's what they do for Santa. You know, that's what they do for
and
Christmas.
They definitely don't bring up Krampus.
Oh no. They never. No. I was talking to somebody the other day about Krampus, and she was like, "What?" She was like, "What?" She was like, "Because my mama told me that he told me about the dancing devil or what's his name?
Pan.
With the flute. What's his name?
Pan.
Yeah, it is Pan.
It's Pan. I know you're talking about though, but it's the goat leg, the horns, and
but the Pied Piper,
the Pied Piper.
Okay, the Pied Piper.
Got you.
The Pied Piper, where he's singing and dancing, leading the kids off into the wilderness.
For what?
To never come back, to never return.
Right. That's powerful, man.
Yeah. So
let's wrap this up, man. Just share us your final thoughts on Sankofa Paradigmatics. You know, what do you really see overall that we can do to get to a place where we can rise as the African and the black man and black woman?
The first thing we have to do is acknowledge that you're black. That's the first thing and acknowledge that you're unhappy in this situation. Like when it get cold outside, I'm unhappy.
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. I'm completely unhappy. And again, this is a reminder of my enslavement. You see, the cold is a reminder of them attacking my health. You see, so us keeping our health intact, mentally, spiritually, physically, and again, normally emotionally, control your emotion. And again, it's hard to do that when you're unhealthy, when you're eating unhealthy things, because again, the stomach is the first brain of the body. So you know, when you wake up, the very first thing that your stomach is doing is, let's get something to eat. You know, you can't learn hungry. You can't learn when you gotta poop. You know, you can't. You know, when
focus.
You can't do nothing when the stomach is having issues. You can't really do anything. You can't really focus. So it's just we have to understand our bodies. We have to understand these temples. We have to understand that you are a manifestation of the all in all. Like you are the physical thing. Like there's nothing in between you and your creator as a black person. There's nothing there because your pineal sit right there in the sun. So there's nothing there. There's nothing in between you and the heavens. There's nothing in between you and God. There's nothing there that you can give or take away. You see what I'm saying? And as far as, again, our health is the driving matter, because again, that was the first thing they did on them seasoning plantations. Before they beat you, before they rape you, dude, they eat some of this pork, eat some of this rotten flesh, eat some of this, you see, eat this. And then once we put this in you, you're gonna behave differently. See, you're gonna behave you're gonna think differently, you're gonna move differently. You know, you're not gonna have the same vigor, you're not gonna be thinking clearly, you know. And again, that goes back to everything. What you're putting into your body is gonna dictate what it is that you can do. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, just like if I put sugar in a $100,000 Benz, what is that gonna be worth? Yeah, it don't matter. You can have 100,000. You see, $2 million Bugatti. I put sugar in the tank. It's done. You see, and it's the same way with your body. As soon as you put those different toxins in your body, it's killing the pineal gland, which is how you process light. Which is, you know, which is how these computers work. These high, you know, with these dual processors, they processing light. They're processing light efficiently, quickly. You know. And that's the same thing that your pineal gland is doing. That's the same thing that your skin, your stomach, you know, all your internal organs. Yeah. We just look at it as, okay, you know, what is this? You know, nobody never taught me about my pineal gland in health class. Right. Nobody never said, yo, black people, y'all have a third. You know, that was never spoken to me.
Come on now.
That was never spoken to me.
Right.
So it's that part of us and then us too. We have to shake the happy to be ignorant, you know, where you tell somebody something, you know, oh, this does this, so you know, so I don't care, and then, you know,
I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna die anyway, this, that, but y'all all out there got on the mask though. You see, but you gonna die anyway, but you still got the mask on, you see, and if ain't nobody, and if they don't got the mask on, you doing like this, right? But then you got 12 different chicken arms in your mouth. You know that them ain't came from the same chicken, right? You know, them is 12 different chickens. So that's the most important thing that we can get our health, because once you regain your health, then you regain self-confidence, you regain belief in yourself, you start
higher
to
consciousness, everything.
Yeah, you start to view the world different. You're like, hold up, respect that man, respect that woman, respect, you know. Yeah. So
man,
it's the food. It's the food.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, this is Quarry Mohammed here with Sankofa Paradigmatics. I'm B. Michael, Shifting Paradigms. We just went in. I appreciate your mind, brother, your time for being here, everything you've done in the community. You know, I've observed you growing up, man. I'm very proud of you as a young man.
That's crazy when you say that.
Yeah, man. No doubt. It's a beautiful thing, man. But we'll be back in about 2 weeks. We'll have another show. Just working on some lineups. Got some shows that I'm like reappointing, because I had some shows that I missed with some people, and I got some new shows, and then I got some stuff I'm gonna take off for do self as well. But I want to thank Baba G and the Black Family Technology Awareness Association for sponsoring this effort here with KUAW. Powerful. Tune in, KUAW. This is B. Michael signing off. Peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom.
All right, you're listening to KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. We don't only bring you videos on Facebook and YouTube, but listen to our audio only, where you'll get shows like Cheryl Underwood and Blues Time in the City. You can pick us up at www.kuaw.org or go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW. Listen to us. We're on 24 hours a day. That's KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. And this is what you hear